Look at her.
Oh,
Raja. Now, the winner of your season, but also a friend of yours.
Yes.
From back in the day, who actually got you one of your first gigs as Madonna, right?
Yes, she got me one of my first gigs as Madonna. You know, I've always looked up to Raja. And, you know, myself, I've always been an underground club kid. I went to all the underground parties from 15 until now. I'm an underground girl. And she's the same way too. And she has a lot of style, grace, poise. I always admired that about her. I always looked up to her. She's always been fun to work with. I remember working with her during my season run. I always had a great time with her. And what I loved about her was just that she has this magnetism to her. And you can't stop looking at her. So she's somebody that I've always looked up to my whole career. Mm-hmm. Sickening bitch.
Yeah. And was it difficult to relate? Because like your sisters, your friends, your colleagues, and then suddenly she wins Drag Race and all this other universe kind of thing happens for her. Was it hard to remain friends after that happened?
No, not really, because when our season had come out, there was a lot of parties that they wanted the first one gone and the winner to pair up. So we were paired up quite a bit. Fun. So we had a lot of fun together, and we never, we never like had like a moment.
You didn't have any hard feelings.
No, not at all.
She kind of got what you wanted.
No.
Now, what's something from back in the day, like Peanuts? What's a Raja story from back in the day that we might not know?
I remember the first time I met Raja, and I wasn't in drag, but I just remember this freaking 8-foot-tall drag queen with these 9-inch heels. I'm like looking up like, what the, please don't eat me. Like, what? Whoa. I hadn't really seen a lot of drag queens, but Raja stood out to me the most, just how tall she was. I'm like, hi up there, hello, nice to meet you.
Okay, well, let's continue. Look at her. Bianca Del Rio. Now, she definitely was not the kindest to you.
It's Pennywise, the dancing clown.
I watched that last night. There was an episode of Really Qween where she sort of laid into you.
She did.
And then you did a reaction video to it.
Yes. Well, so she comes out with Really Qween, and then she comes. Well, I had visited her in New York because when I went to move to New York, her season had just came on, and so she was at the Ritz hosting RuPaul nights. Mm-hmm. I would go visit her, and I don't know, she just gave me a weird feeling. She didn't seem very interested or very, like she wanted to chat with me or make friends. She just seemed very like standoffish to me. And then she made the Really Qween video about me, and I'm like, why is she making a Really Qween video about me? I mean, I wasn't even on the show that long, I'm not even like a big name in that show. Of all like the girls from all the previous 6 seasons, why did she chose me? Oh, wait a minute, I'm in Strange Addiction, so I'm the topic of conversation. So, okay, I get it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. So,
well, you did not seem to think it was hilarious on your response video.
I really did, because, Drag Race, drag queens, we read each other back.
It is what it is, yeah.
It is what it is. It was a funny read, but it just, because people didn't really get to see that side of me on the show, so they thinking I'm just coming and attacking her because, I'm this person who just likes to fight drag queens, Now,
was this, when that video came out, was that when you were in your downward spiral, that if you haven't heard the full interview, get back there because Venus spills all of her own tea, sweetie?
That's when Strange Addiction had come out, and so
so you were kind of coming out of it, but it was probably not an easy thing to hear.
No, it was about a year later. So I heard that, I read her back. It was all in plain fun.
Sure.
We're queens, we read each other.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It exploded, and it just seemed like she really took to offense about it. And I'm like, girl, it's just girl world. It's just all playing tongue in cheek. Don't get all that offended about it.
Was she really offended? Because she doesn't seem like she gives a shit about anything like that.
She was offended about it. She really was. And, girl, I don't hate her. I'm not mad at her. I don't have bad feelings for her. But, girl, let's have a cup of tea. Let's chat about it. Let's be sisters.
All right. Sounds good. Makes me want to give you a cup so you can go reductive. All right, look at her. Chad. Now your old Dreamgirls co-worker.
Chad. Well, when I was first starting, he's the one I really looked up to. Because he was so professional, just such a perfectionist, and I mean, everything was just like perfect, and it was shared down to the stitch and the rhinestone, and I was like, that's who I want to aspire to be as an impersonator.
Right.
He's who I looked up to for many, many years, and had him in my show for many years. I was part of the Dreamgirls Review. Definitely, probably my biggest inspiration as an impersonator. Absolutely.
Great. And what's something we would not know about Chad from all those years of you working with him? Because he's quite a mysterious figure. He's totally told us he does not want to come to the show because he doesn't have anything to say. So we'll have to get all of our information and our tea about Chad from you.
The thing I would make fun of him the most was that he would eat ice cream and he would pour milk in it at the same time. And I'm like, girl, what is that? And he's like, it's good. I'm like, you're pouring milk into ice cream. Like, what are you trying to make? But he would eat ice cream with milk. I thought it was hilarious. And, just, like even even Chad was a mystery to me. Even as much as I worked with him, he still kept himself a mystery. I think that's what's so mesmerizing and, intriguing about him, is that even if you're close to him, he still keeps that mystery about him. So, and I'm just grateful for what he saw in me and that he put me in the Dreamgirls Review. I was 21 at the time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Right, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. I was the youngest cast member of the Dreamgirls Review. And so that was a huge responsibility. And, forever grateful for that.
Look at Madonna! Yes.
Madonna, mother. Don't let my mom hear that.
She's like, already you spent all the money to look like, where's my face?
Here's some tea. So when I was listening to all those Madonna albums when I was 15, I ran away from home.
Wow.
And the reason that my mom hates Madonna so much is because I had all these pictures with me and my mom, my brother, in my room. But when I ran away, I took all my Madonna posters and ran away with them.
Now, what is your favorite Madonna era to perform in and maybe just to enjoy?
Blonde Ambition. Blonde Ambition. That's when you could put her on any camera and she just looked sickening. She just, body right. She was at her prime.
That was like an amazing era, yeah.
And it just broke so many boundaries, rules. It changed pop culture. And she looks sickening. I mean, that's my favorite era. That and the Confessions era.